Okay, hello and welcome YouTubes. We are gonna do another episode of Medieval 2 Total War, the Lord of the Rings thing, and hello Demon King, and well, feeling a bit down, but well enough to record an hour or so of this, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And very happy to see you here. Always nice to have someone in the chat to on occasion talk to. Okay, so overall situation. Orcish army is fucking around on the other side of that. That's more spears. I'm gonna have a fuck ton of spears here. But we will be able to raise one more archer, and with that extra archer we should have enough to hold that. Our income does not suck just yet. It's not great, but it doesn't suck. We are sending Legolas up to Amon Lunk in order to hopefully retrain some of his stuff. Or maybe possibly pick up some of these more trained units, switch them out or something. I don't know. We'll do something there, it's fine. You can just chill, that's fine. It'll take like 20 times for it to be able to recruit anything at all, so yeah. Alright. Don't think there's much to do here, we should just end the turn. Okay, Dale is shifting southwards. Possibly stuff like, you know, Easterlings, you know, Rune, Mordor, that kind of crap. Probably have some pressure on them from somewhere. Bound to have something, right, pressing up against them. So they're probably pushing back against that. Which makes it an interesting question of balance, doesn't it? Because if I don't... yeah, fuck off. I'm not gonna keep 4 or 5 units in that place. It's not worth the effort to hold. Realistically. Darfilin has raised a set of archers. Ooh, yes, that's an Orcish army that's trying to bypass Selberg. Which is fine by me if they just keep going on by. This needs 4,000 to get where I need it to be, essentially. Building browser. Ranges. Needs to be a large town. Okay. In a way it is, except not really. This is more about the movements of armies and the strategic placement of troops than it is about actual civilization. Because, you know, reasons. Okay, you chill in there.
Come, my brothers.
I think I can put some people in there. You just hide in the forest for now. Alright. This does not count as a full stack. This does, however, in theory anyway. I can retrain virtually everything here. I'm gonna get started on that then. Because I do want... well, that's the whole idea. Bring this up to proper full-strength army. As for you... you're essentially a backup force at this point. For a little while, until we decide if we want to move out. Actually, build watchtower there as well. Okay, that sort of works. Rosgobel is gonna take forever, that's not a prob. Yeah, this should all work out fine. We just need some communal farming. Just get that up, get that pop growth, everything from it. Should be good. So let's say we leave a set of spears. We would have 2 spears, 2 bows, a general, and a set of axes. Oh yeah, sure, I can make allies. and pretty much every good faction is gonna be on my side in this mod. Speaking of, I should probably actually turn Dale and the dwarves into proper allies and share map information with them and the like at this point. There's not much point in, well, not doing that. I could relatively easily hold that Amon Lang for a really good while. This was the original border to how I would want it to expand. Yeah, this is a mod for medieval, you know, Total War Medieval 2 Kingdoms, and this is essentially a conversion to the Lord of the Rings universe. Also, hello MC, glad to see you here as well. Like, see, down here, it's Mordor. Now the good factions are all of the allies in the War of the Ring. Dale, the Dwarves, High Elves, Lorien Elves. And against them we have Mordor, we have Isengard, we have the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, and so on, really. And, I think that I want to start gathering enough of an army here to push out, actually, when I get the chance. Well, yeah, you're gonna be spending a lot of time and effort retraining all of this, which is fine, ultimately. Yeah, we're gonna build this army up to full strength with whatever upgrades we can get there. Right, we can't get that just yet, which is fine as well. You could get a leather tanner. Do I give a fuck? I don't think I really give a fuck. Can recruit another archer and another axe here. No, it's not so much a settling as capturing. But I do intend to eventually make my way down there. In fact, I have to in order to win the game. Mordor has to be defeated. As do, I think, pretty much all of the Orcish factions as an elven nation. They have to be wiped. All of them. All of them. Which is exactly what we'll do. I think I can hold Celeborg reasonably with, you know, like a basic garrison using an archer and a spear. It's a lot of orcs, though. No, you suck as a general. Thorfinn, you can keep your spears from here. We don't really have all that much cash, but I'm tempted. I'm also tempted to send these guys up. Oh, come on. We all know I want to. I'm gonna send the elven chainsaw unit over there.
Yes, my lord. By the light of Elbereth.
That's an interesting thought, isn't it? You know that this thing is there, and it has an army in it.
Elves. Yes, my lord.
How long to retrain fully? Long. You're gonna take your bloody time, aren't you? Which is also what's draining my cash in part. Alright. Well, actually, he has the Guardian of Amon Lang thing, which means that we kind of want him to be in there, don't we? I honestly don't know.
Elves, we must
It really depends on the party. I mean, I haven't GM'd D&D, I've only GM'd Vampire the Masquerade, so things are slightly more different, but the way I do it, well, at this point, they just expect fuckery to be there, so they're jumping at every shadow. They are afraid of what comes next, which is an appropriate state for a vampire game, I think, for the players to be in, anyway.
Elves. Full 'em up.
So, go for it. Try it, see if it works out. Okay, I should have a diplomat in Erinond, actually. I'm actually thinking about moving my capital in a bit to possibly something like Celeburg, once I expand into the Misty Mountains, because there are some very powerful cities there, and I do want to will want to move my capital to a more central position when that comes up. Ooh, War Riders. Most of it is Snaga, but I do see War Riders. How are you doing on your stuff? You have more access for me. Good. And now we're making very little money.
Elves,
Okay, we have 2 units here. They should be able to hold out
come, my brothers.
against something.
Yes,
Yeah, you can certainly do that if you want. Should work out fine. Okay. I need to pick a couple of units to leave in here.
for the light.
Thinking I'm gonna leave 2 elite archers and 1 set of the javelins. And the elite wardens, maybe? Those 2 are... I'm gonna leave the volunteers. And that works. And then we can push out with this and
By the light
let
of Elber.
Legolas have a moment there.
Follow me.
How are we on melee with this? Sounds reasonable. 2 of each plus the...
My lord.
Yes, we do see some Mordorian fuckers here, don't we? Dismounted Black Numenorians with silver experience. Wait, yeah. They're trying to move into the woods there as well. I really don't like them doing that. I'm gonna need to make something happen with those, I think. Could recruit another unit here and get some free maintenance on it. If I wanted to. Oh wait, now we're making money again. Weird. But okay. 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 Stables next, I think, despite the crop rotation being obviously very good. Thinking having that will be useful now. You here. That is not good, even though a lot of them are Snaga. It still sucks immensely. Maybe they'll be stupid enough to actually try to assault Celeburg for me. In which case, in the narrow city walls, with my superior troop quality and smaller numbers, I would be able to slice them to ribbons. I do have 2 archer units there, and that is a force that is pretty potent, even if it's just the most basic type of elven archers. They're still elves with 4 stars, eh? Okay, so you spawned there in the north. Perfect, you are marching towards the new army we're forming up. Good. Okay, what have we got here? You'll be done on that next turn. Good. Or let's say pretty well. Alright. Give me the vineyard, I want a spy there. Agents.
Your orders. What is it you
Okay.
want to discuss?
Alliance.
I must say we are not convinced.
Boo!
Another proposition for us?
Bastards.
Let's not take this any further.
Oh, fuck you too!
Impossible. If only I could. Impossible.
Right, you
I
can't
cannot
actually do that again this turn. Fine. Fine. Now where the frack do we go first? To the settlement? What do you have in there?
Approaching.
Just random orc bands, so nothing particularly important.
Assail them.
You're actually willing to fight me? What do you actually have in there? It's just trash, right? Orc raiders, orc volunteers, orc maulers, Mornod guard. full unit of those. Overall, I would say that that's a relatively weak force and will easily slice them up. Without them, you know, shouldn't be a problem. Easily defeated. Alright, so... Now clearly it's not anywhere near time to actually push on Mordor itself, but... Getting a better... freaking, what's his face? Won't hurt. And by what's his face, I of course mean getting more of a buffer between me and between them and my main settlements, really. Spears and axes form the main line, and sorry, not spears, but swords and axes. Right. You go on 3. And you go on 5. Right. The generals will just place here on the very edges because they are so freaking beefy. They are very good at fighting in melee as well. And the main infantry line can just stretch out behind the whole thing. These fuckers will keep in reserve. They did not have any actual cav. So these on one side as reserve and the spears on the other. You may proceed to open fire. This isn't the army that had any artillery. I think they might have actually moved into the forest with a really... well, with a half stack essentially. Which would really suck for me, and I shouldn't push ahead too far. That being said, Dol Guldur isn't gonna fall. And by that I mean Amon Lang, which is the important bit. Those little settlements, they're probably gonna try to take them first, and if they do, then I will have enough time to respond. One way or another. Also, really, did you try to get into a missile race with elves? Seriously? 18% of the enemy is already dead, by the way. Observe. Observe as they all just drop dead. Yep, the Mornon Guard are a bit scarier there. Okay. That's fine-ish. You I need to wrap around here. Spears in this general direction. Yep, elves are just... well... you just need to know how to play orcs, because you can wreck elves, even though your units are technically lower. The fuck didn't I turn that off, you stupid piece of shit? Get back in position, I need you to keep shooting from up close. Okay, you. I need you here on the flank. You, I need you here. Move. Run. You. Charge there. You. If you could get in like this. Yeah, that works. If you could get in like this, then we could charge them in the flank and wreck a whole lot of face. Looks like they don't want that to happen. Oh, they're charging in there. I do not mind, actually. That works fine for me. I'll flank them from the back as well. You, get up here. Get in range of those bastards and... yeah, these units don't seem to be that good, despite their woodland sentriness and supposed goodness. You charge in, add some more...
only half the enemy force remains.
add some more numbers to the pile. on, just get in position, reform, make that whole thing a thing. What are we doing? 60% of them are dead. Good, good, good. That's a lot of orcs running, by the way. Charge!
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
No, that doesn't. It's not enough. It needs more. It doesn't look like we'll actually be able to kill it fully. Unless we use this, maybe. Because that is supposed to make my units temporarily faster than the enemy. In theory, anyway. Get up there if you can. You as well. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I kind of really need the... No, chase. Actually chase. Must be getting close to the edge. Right, that's a one-time thing. The ability there. You chase that. There's the general, good. Yes, I know, fear does always win a battle, that is very true. Then I do try to maximize that in risk, in Total War games. That's what I want. That's why I love cavalry so much, and why I'm kind of bummed that the Silvan Elves don't have a good charge cavalry. Because, well, something like the Wargs, they do a lot of damage if you get them behind an enemy or charge from the side. They're fragile as fuck. They melt in a heartbeat if you keep them in there, but they're just an excellent shock cavalry, and I loved playing as the Orcs when I did because, you know, stuff, reasons. Okay, so here's the question. I don't want to actually attack that until I've taken Faerun, because that is a walled settlement and this one would have to be held by an actual outright army. And sure, train me one of those and retrain those. Okay, in theory we're still making cash, which is good, and that finishes on next turn. Excellent. Good, 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 good. We'll soon be able to push out somewhere against those Orcs of the Misty Mountains, or failing that, to at least hold against them, if that's what we have to do. That's a big territory controlled by a really crappy city. Mordor might be less willing to attack against me if I took that. Because they're sending armies up there to reinforce their region, right? In theory, something that they actually control. Sure. Have that stupid killed, why not? You as well. So one more turn until that is formed up, that's good. We have our lead unit. Good times. Okay. I see, that seems like a lot of assholes. You're attacking that, I don't like that.
We've defeated their wretched armies. Scatter them.
I'm gonna sit here and try to take that. It looks like they're moving a lot of stuff up northwards. Which means that Legolas's stack has to be tied up here and back and forth fighting for the foreseeable future. Which means if we want to expand, it has to be here with Galleon's stack.
Come, my brothers.
Not gonna wait until this guy moves up, because he looks like a douchebag even if he's a good general, and just in general, fuck him. What do we have here? Volunteers, those... Yeah, another archer is exactly what is needed to make that place just that little extra bit of impregnable, you know? More so since we can maintain it there with no actual maintenance cost. Alright. Come on. Wonder how Imladris is doing against the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. How long would this hold out? 2 turns, eh? Let's see. Uruk halberds. Okay, spy.
Approaching quietly.
I think they might be trying to move against Dale. You know, pushing against them to try, you know, in that general direction. Which I'm really fine with. I can really work with that. That is really, really good. And I know that that's a lot of reallys. You'll just have to deal.
Follow me.
Yeah, you can help hold the fort. That's fine. Or town. Silberg is actually a town. Pfft. Who would have thought, eh? Okay. Alright, I think I might need this to... Actually, King of the Silvan Elves. Restoring the ancient elven kingdom. The following settlements must be under your control. Trandwell's Halls, yup. Thorfillin, Eminfuin, Erin Runen, Austin Gale, Dolguldur, Vrokjeberg. I need Vrokjeberg. Selberg, Learholt, and Rosgobel. Okay, so if I want to restore that... Okay, we're gonna go to war with the dwarves. I have to repush the orcs back here. We want to restore that, definitely. I really don't want to fight that.
Elves.
But it wouldn't take too long to kill it, would it?
Sire.
Ah. God damn it. Fine. Attack. Let's just attack and take it. Oh, I hate doing this. Which is why we won't. I don't want auto-resolve because I will inevitably lose troops that I wouldn't necessarily lose otherwise. Okay. Now, I could in theory assault the gate. I'm not going to, however. I'm just gonna do this really, really simply. Just gonna position my archers. Yay, so. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. Yes, one line. Ah, fucking gate. It's blasting at me, isn't it? Yep. Why don't you move up, eh? Drop that, actually. We'll send the spare general.
Only half the enemy force.
Because those units actually replenish. Okay, they appear to have moved the fuck back. How many remain? 72% are already dead. 28% remain then. Let's see if we can get close enough to pew at the rest. These guys can. I think they have slightly better range. Interesting. Nope, now everyone can fire. In that case, it's all to the good. Yep. Yes, it has. I mean, yeah, this is just an execution, really. This is just machine gun fire. It's not even funny. It's just horrible. Horrible, horrible arrow death. We're gonna just march into this fortification because we need it and shoot everyone involved.
Be awed by the victory we
Yep.
have won here today.
2 elves lost. Cause somehow Tower managed to get a few shots off. That's it. Alright, that's taken care of. Let's take a look at our new acquisition, if it was worth the trouble of actually taking it. Now the orc isn't gonna like me being in there, cause now I'm flanking him and his territory even more. This could build a mustering hall, which we don't currently have in here, which means we would be able to maintain at least 1 unit without upkeep, which is exactly what I need here, because I really don't want to pay for holding that place if I don't have to. Now you can't move out yet. Good. Or not good rather, but it's a thing. Okay, let me think. I think I want to take out Methelberg. It's not necessarily good because it will put a lot of pressure on me and take the pressure off dwarves, which at this point I no longer want to be particularly strong because they have a place I need. But
Follow me. Elves.
it is the most logical place for me to start organizing a united front against the orcs, and the
By the light of Elber.
AI seems to agree that this is something that just needs to die. There we go.
Follow me.
Can hold out for 2 turns and all the orcs have gone north to attack those guys.
Taste of my blade. Elves.
Cute. How are we on this? Oh, the culture here sucks anyway. I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. I've just done Vampire the Masquerade. Haven't even played as a player. Pretty sure MC does some of that though. Okay, so the orcs are moving around over here. The fort should be happily reinforced. So we are gonna just head in this general direction and threaten the settlement itself. Oh yes, I just... yeah, like I said, Vampire the Masquerade, that's my game. Alrighty. And yeah, even then, so far I haven't been playing for that long, I've just GM'd with some other nooblets. Think, oh, you fucker.
Sound the alarm.
Okay. Okay, let me think. This is an interesting dilemma, because it leaves me in a very, very fun position. What do they have there?
Stick you.
They have actual Uruks, which are supposedly decent, and it looks like they might be trying to come in. These Wardens are fucked unless I go there right now.
Blade.
3 experience unit. Alternatively, we have these guys split up.
Come, my brother. Take it from the elves.
No, I think that this is a very reasonable way to fight. Divide and conquer. As far as I'm concerned, this is just a successful baiting them in, me successfully baiting them into committing to an attack which really doesn't benefit them in the long run, since it allows me to just pick off a huge chunk of their armies. Well, not a huge chunk, but enough to be felt, shall we say. Okay. Here the plan is relatively simple. Arrow them to death. We're just gonna stand off and do the usual thing. We're just gonna arrow them. Okay. That's that guy coming onto the thing. And they are moving at me. Willingly taking the fight too, fools that they are. Or not, alternatively. That is fine by me. I'm happy to position on this here hill. Damn it, game. Don't press Shift 1 and they will not form properly. Bastards. Bastards, they don't let you drag them if you do that. Get over there. Okay. You want to come along this ridge here because this gives us the best possible angle for the attack. Yeah, you don't actually matter. It's fine. There we go. Good, good. And you just sit behind here, looking smug. Pews are to be exchanged when the opportunity presents itself. And just playing footsie at this point, trying to edge back, because they know. They've fought me enough times to realize what is coming. Not that we leave many survivors, but you know, you're heavily exhausted, that's fine. You just want you to sit right there, it's fine. Okay, we're starting to fire. That should provoke them to advance at this point. You're close enough. Fire at will, generals. And so it goes. Are those the orcs? No, that's a Mornon guard, so they have... Right. Orcs and a Mornon guard, so they have a couple of decent units in there, one would say. For orcs, anyway. This is essentially light spearmen, these are heavy spearmen. Heavy spearmen are pretty good. Considering that there's 250 of them in every unit. Yeah, your angle isn't the best given that little hilltop there. That little hillock. Okay. What the fuck are you doing? You're just sitting there like morons. I approve of this.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Yes. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I don't mind. The more closer they march, the more they expose themselves to direct arrow fire. If a couple of them actually touch the archers, that's fine too. I have no problem with this. That's orc raiders, and there's the orcs. Yeah. Letting them charge at a wall of machine guns. Bit boring in some ways, but really satisfying in others. Yup, there's elves there. Found them. Ow. Arrows. Hehe. Suck it. And there, I think that's their general unit, which is why they're coming in last after everyone else has died, which is really stupid. Generally, when engaging an army like this, with this little setup like that, you just don't if you have a choice, and failing that, just charge. This is about as close to an unwinnable fight as you can have in this game. Well, no, there's worse ones, but you know, this is pretty damn unwinnable. Okay. Come on. Yes, good. See? Floosh. Just gone. And... yeah, not bad. So this... okay, so this sets us up in a pretty good position in some way. I mean, that's essentially 4 valuable units for him just slaughtered, with them receiving nothing in return, including inflicting losses.
Elves.
I'm just gonna sit in the fort for the next turn because, well, we can, and then we have Methelburg, which we are gonna immediately assault, I think. There's very little reason not to, especially as it's only filled with freaking Snaga. Oh, you bastards. Okay. Fight it on the battle map. Okay. Okay, let's start the deployment. The plan here is much the same, except that Snaga have javelins, but even so, yeah, you're gonna stay back, and with the rest we're just gonna just do the standard pew strategy, cause, well, fuck the orcs anyway. Wish I had some cavalry in this army or another. Or the second one, because Cavalry can be fun. Close enough.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Oh, there's another one there. Jesus. Okay, shit, son. Move up to here. I want to be in the center of that town ASAP. How much? What the fuck is this? Oi. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, you bastards. Dudes, that is not cool. I do not approve of this. At all. No, seriously, that doesn't work for me. At all. I need to get in there. Like right now. Shit. Fuck, move up. Up to there, just charge in. I need to get in there and hold against the heavy orcs using the elite spearmen I have. You just chill there for now. Your turn to fight is gonna come. For now, we're just gonna send in the lighter troops to hopefully slaughter the Snaga. Because those javelins can be murder on actual proper troops. Oi, that is not gonna go well. Is it? Need you to go around and try and flank, because they're gonna be able to hold really well in a passage this narrow. Get one archer unit right behind them. You. Need you there in order to hopefully shoot at the incoming enemies. You, I need you there. Move. You try not to die. Push through, push through, push through. Crap. Okay. No, 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 no. You, I want it here. You don't understand. Go, go, go. Alright. We're gonna lose a few troops attacking here, simply because the orcs have had an opportunity to build up without me constantly harassing them. And you know. Lo and behold, they're actually well prepared to fight me. Okay, so what the frack is that army? Just a Snaga unit? That does look like a Snaga. Okay, let us, for the sake of argument, say that we can chill on that. Why don't we come over here then, since you're not currently doing anything, and this would give me a really good angle actually on the thing. There. Stop being skirmish darts. Skirmish darts do not win battles. Skirmish darts die in battles. Go. Okay. Okay. Can't really fire, you think? Well, that sucks. Okay. Good enough. Give me a volley into that, will you? Okay, perfect.
Only half the enemy force remains.
That will do nicely. Get over here. Fire at those. Should be... Yes, not that it's gonna help, but not here anyway. And yes, those swords, jeez, or those axes rather, they got wrecked a bit. Okay, that's crap incoming. Shit. Charge. Get in there, get in there, get in there. The archers are doing their job. Good, good, good. Yes, you do that. Excellent.
The enemy are bad badly bloody.
Hit them in the face.
Lost half their men. Our men are in command of the city. Our men no longer command the city.
Stab them as they're trying to come in. No. Kill.
The enemy general lies dead.
Yes, we stabbed another one. Good.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Good. This is where we might be able to slaughter a few. Though they immediately come back, obviously, as soon as they enter the town square, cause just, in general, fuck me. Oh. Well, that's worked out great. Apparently they decided to bypass my troops there. Can't imagine why. It's very interesting. But I approve of this. That is a good decision, Orc. Well done. Okay. You get some kills. Be a leech. Show me how good you are. In fact, go here and charge them in the flank. I want to see bodies hitting the floor.
Only half the enemy force
Yes.
remains.
Charge spears. Alright. And the fuck is that? Okay, that's wonderful. Run up to it and shoot it in the face. That, I think, is the most appropriate way to handle it, really. Only way, when you get right down to it. Okay, good. Good. So we're just gonna shoot them.
Our men have slain the enemy
Yep.
general.
There you go.
Awed by the victory we have won here
Yep.
today.
We lost 151 elf out of 1,000. But we took the settlement. Which is a little bit of extra gold and, more importantly, a strategic position. And more income, of course, with which to maintain even more troops. Now what sucks is that this place will not have sufficient population to actually have walls or properly maintain its culture or do much of anything, really.
We protect the elven lands.
Which sucks, but
Claim it for the free peoples.
it has 1,000, so it's not too far off. Okay, that's reasonable. And I get a free unit of guard spearmen. Hello. That's... Okay, it looks like we're gonna have a real fight in the west. When's the next available? 3 turns, eh? I need something with which to chase down fleeing units. I really do. I'm really feeling the lack, honestly. Can you recruit me some horses? Next turn. I see. And you can't move out because you have moved this turn anyway. And here we are pretty much as good as we're gonna get. Alright. Alright. And I suppose that will just have to work. Won't it? Oh, hello, Lothlorian elves. Hello. What you want, buddy?
We bring word.
Oh. Of course.
We cannot thank you enough for accepting.
Okay, that's just it processing the map they have. They wanted alliance, trade, and... you know, to give me map information, which is fine.
An honor and a pleasure.
I approve
Farewell.
of this. I'm not sure how pressured they are. I honestly don't know, but we're gonna check in a moment. No, bad. Don't play that crap, Jesus.
Have a taste of my blade.
That's an army.
Gonna stick you.
So they hold these two. They took Moria and they took Austin Edhill, which means that they have fucked some with the orcs, I think, because I think they start with Moria. That is really good news. That really weakens these fuckers, I think. I want you to raise that spy ASAP, because I think we're gonna need him.
Have a taste of my blade.
And yeah.
Yes, my lord.
Hey dwarves, Alliance.
It seems we'll have little choice but to
Okay.
accept your role.
Another proposition for us, aye? Nay, my friend. No convinced.
Really? That much? Crap, that's a lot of cash. No.
Oh well. Diplomacy has failed this day.
Diplomacy has failed this day. We have signed an alliance. Well,
Come, my brothers.
what else can you expect from a dwarf?
We've defeated their wretched
However, I will attack this fucker, as even though they have a lot of nasty things, I think that the orcs are really weak. I think the orcs of the Misty Mountains are really weak, that they have been weakened and ground down by Lorien and Imladris, which means that I can attack them with far more impunity than I originally thought. If I'm wrong, this will suck balls for me. If I'm right though, it's gonna be epic. We're gonna find out. No. You are gonna be part of the first group, because you are really good at chewing people up, I assume, because you're like Leet and shit. Okay, and you just come here. They have positioned themselves there, which works for me just fine. I need a long, thin line to give me the best possible angle on shooting them as they try to approach my thing. Yeah, fuck it, that'll work fine. Close enough. Okay. Not sure if that will be in range. I'm thinking it might be. Don't fire, don't skirmish. If it's not, it's not. I will move up with the general and pew pew in order to lure them in then. Or alternatively, they could just start retreating even further. Do need to be really careful. They do have a unit of wargs. It looks like, what, 40, 50 left at least? I don't know. Ah, crap, they want me to they want to force me to come straight over the hill, in which case they can... No, I do not approve of this. I'm gonna try and bait them in. I'm not gonna go over that hill. Fuck you, orcs. Fuck you being a clever bastard. We're not gonna do it that way. Still not in range, really. Okay, that ballista, by the way, is really troublesome. Okay, so we tried it that way. Let's not whelp our general, shall we? Let's not. Yeah, that ballista is bad news. And he's not gonna chill, is he? Feels like he's occupied a freaking hilltop position and doesn't need to move from there. He might be right. And that's the worst part, he might be right. Alright. Let's make a somewhat tighter position. spread out a bit depth-wise, because those ballistae are gonna suck as is, and the general way behind, because he's someone we really don't want to lose, given the opportunity. To not lose him, I mean. Still not in range, eh? Now getting closer to the point where we're actually in range of that freaking... Alright. Fire at will. Pew pew. We're gonna be exchanging arrow fire, it seems. I'm contemplating actually charging them in this case, but... Peppering them some does make a certain amount of sense still, but that... 35 works. Okay, so not quite 40 or 50, but enough to be somewhat problematic if they get lucky. And that's... the ballistae are actually giving them an ability at range to actually fight. Okay, we have spears with both sets of units, which is why we're gonna start rapidly advancing with our cav. Or sorry, not cav, but heavy infantry. And no. If I lose the general, however inconceivable that might be, I might actually lose this. Might get unlucky enough to lose this. Simply through morale losses. Up there. Okay. They're moving up. Charge. 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 Okay, with the archers... run. All of you run, in fact. That's... them making contact with the snugger. Good. Yes, goblin infantry are wimps. Ignore those. In fact, you, I need you to go for either the ballistae or the wargs or both. Close enough. The ballistae is confuzzled, move up the general. Yes, the ballistae, charge those. They are nice and vulnerable right now. So this left the... I attacked on the flanks with my archers just pummeling through the center with concentrated fire. And that seems to have worked reasonably well so far. Now that one unit is gonna have a tough time there, possibly, but...
badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
they'll manage. Okay, what we want is to actually position here. Get in there and get in there. Hopefully without getting into actual melee. Like that. Dude. Just... okay. Fine. Close enough. Kill. Okay, that has collapsed completely, it looks like. Good. We've lost a few troops. Couldn't be helped, honestly. Given how small our army is and just stuff in general. Okay, you form up properly. Those snug are still there.
The enemy general flees like the coward he
Okay,
is. Press onward,
good.
break the spirit of his army.
How are we on losses? Rounding about 85, in fact.
The enemy army flees the field.
Okay.
Pursue and run them down.
For the 10% I lost there, I think I'm good. They should rout their army, and if they are as weak as I think they might be, this might allow me to strike for Goblin Town. Alternatively, this could see them penetrating deep into the actual forest if it goes If I'm wrong, essentially. This could turn... This could go south on me, in theory. It's probably not gonna, but it might. Don't have an agent here, which I'm recruiting next turn. Don't recruit or do anything stupid there. Good, good, good. No culture there. Not gonna have any for a very long time. And the Orcs of the Misty Mountains now hate me.
Come, my brothers.
Who would have thunk, eh? Who would have thunk? Okay. Leave you. And march out once again to threaten that place. Good. I'm gonna do one more end turn and hopefully get a spy or an army close enough to Goblin Town to see if that is appropriately vulnerable and if I can actually take it reasonably. In all honesty, if I lost 2/3 of the army I have there, if it gave me Goblin Town, it would be more than worth it, considering how big a blow that would be to the Orcs of the Misty Mountains and in general just... In fact, faction summary, faction rankings. Oh, no, territorial ranking, that's ours. And where the frack are you? Orcs of the Misty Mountains. They have 6 places left. Possibly another one here. Yup. So they have 2 here. They have a fort in the mountains. They might have... No, they haven't taken Imladris, I guess. Which is good, as Imladris is something we would like to keep. You build that. Want sight on that. You. What do they have in there? 2 heavy goblin infantry, 3 lights, a general and 2 archer units.
Follow me. Assail them.
Yeah, baby. I'll take those odds. Let's assault the Goblin Town. That's a huge city. If we can convert it to our culture, how fucked up is that? We are going to be in a really good position to make something happen there.
My lord, you have a proposition for us? This seems...
Okay,
Well, that's
now you
fruitful.
accept it.
Impossible.
Good. Excellent. Alright, so that's handled.
Elves.
There's just 1 unit in there. I'm actually gonna send this derpy general down that direction and possibly see what can be done there. And you are gonna take a while to grow up, but you'll get there eventually. And these are actually at 2,500 and still growing at 2.5%. Excellent. Most excellent. And this needs 2,800 to be super, super awesome. Good. Army barracks, you say. All kinds of good things, really. Or practice ranges. Or crop rotation, for that matter. What do I want? Let's handle some build... Well, actually, Dol Guldur, since it's in the south and it's a major, major place, maybe, just maybe, we do something else here. Oh, that's gonna take forever. Yeah, build me the stables. Aknod is good, all is good. Excellent. So yeah, Goblin Town. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up here for the night. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope to see you then.